Here's you. What's been going on? Happy holiday, belated holidays. Happy belated birthday. Or it's not even belated. Maybe I'm just wishing you happy birthday for the next one that comes. Because considering I probably missed every other one in your life, and I feel like a terrible father. I missed all of these birthdays, but here I am now. What's been going on? What's happening in your world? I've been, I don't know, starting Mardi Gras, but it's also the changing of the weather a little bit. It hasn't really changed a lot here, but I do get that sadness, seasonal affective disorder. I don't know why they got to put a disorder with it. It just basically means the sunshine's not out. You're not getting the same kind of. I don't know why they got to. It's just seasonal depression or whatever. And along with that goes, mental and physical and spiritual health. These things happen. So if you were to gain the world and all the money, what use would it be if you're unhealthy and can't enjoy it? And I asked this because we're dealing with some shit. Just kind of like, it's cold. I've been eating like garbage. Not a lot of sunshine. Getting all kind of arthritic-y. It's terrible. It's the worst. So now I gotta do a cleanse here. I mean, for me, it bothers me to the degree that it gives me an opportunity to maybe explore ideas on how to fix these things with all of you. Because, health is a journey, not a destination. So I don't mind being somewhat out of shape or unhealthy. I don't, because I know it helps me to go, oh, what do I need to do here to realign something? And I don't do it for me because I don't want to be unhealthy by any means. But for others, so that way for other people, if your ship is off course, I can say, I go that way too. I know how to fix that. Adjust the rudder, adjust this, get your towel up, do that, Some of it is self-inflicted, self-induced stupidity. Parties, things like this. Lots of drugs and loose women. Although I must say I haven't had any loose women in quite a while, or women for that matter, which I would assumed would have been an improvement in my mental health, but it hasn't really. It actually declined my mental health, but lowered my insanity. But really, loneliness and insanity, you know what I mean? There's that kind of you can't live with them, can't live without them, that old joke. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. So some of it's self-induced, stupid shit. Some of it's like I just can't afford to eat all of the good produce and have all of the great things that I would like. You gotta balance out. Like I could go out and enjoy myself today with people, right? I could go, spread some holiday cheer and buy a bottle and share that. Or I can sit home and go, I'm going to make sure that I'm getting the right fruit juices and I'm making sure I'm buying only the finest cuts of grass-fed beef or whatever it is, How much am I going to enjoy that? So this is the idea of like you living for now versus living for the future. In one sense, if you're always living for the future, you'll never experience anything. But in another sense, if you're always living now, you're going to make so many mistakes. You're going to be in pain in the future. It's a weeble wobble. It's like one of those little boards. What do they call them? It's a basu ball. You know what a basu ball is? If anybody's here in training and getting yourself fit, get yourself a basu ball. That'll change just about everything in your life. It's the most, if you strength, balance, core training, the whole shit and caboodle. Get one. It's great. They're kind of expensive, honestly. For a good one, they're like $80. You can get a garbage one for 40, but What's up, Divine? Snow is flying there. Here it is. It is a cold day, maybe like 50, but tomorrow it's going to be 75 again. We don't like. I know I look all bundled up, but just because I like to be warm. Um, yeah, but I don't. We're not getting a. We're not really getting a winter here. We don't. We don't. I guess we. I said I didn't want a winter, and it's not really happening. Happy Mardi Gras. Uh, happy Carnival. Whatever you want to call it. Just started kind of officially yesterday. But it's, you get these two parades yesterday, where you get four here, and then it's about 3 weeks off before it's tourist season. So this is kind of like local, smaller parade stuff. And I'll put out a little video. It was only a little short, little snippet so you could see. It was last night, and I went and checked it out. It was cute. I gotta have a great conversation with a Tatarian. It was the craziest thing. Russian dude. I'll tell you about it another time, but it was a really crazy conversation about architecture, and like it was very strange, very, very, very interesting conversation. I was like, another one. Cool guy. So yeah, let's how have I been? I mean, financially broke, mentally all over the and spiritually I'm fine. There's that. Physically and health wise, I've been in the fucking dumps. A lot of things go into that, but I'm gonna work on fixing it right now. I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna say, as always, do not try what I'm going to do at home. A, because you don't have what I have, and B, because it's not a good idea for you. It could be, but let's get dangerous. You want to see some alchemy happen on camera? I'm not suggesting to do this for any reason, but okay. So I got some ice cubes here, and then we're gonna go ahead and just start the game off with some turpentine, just so you know we ain't playing around here. You'll be like, what's going on there? A little turpentine in there. Okay. Got a little mixed drink here. So if you ever get a chance, watch the movie called The Master. It's with Joaquin Phoenix. It's a really crazy, weird movie. Really crazy weird. But there's and it's a lot of like Illuminati stuff, right? But there's some really there's a main focus on the movie is he goes into like film rooms and people's garages and things, and he'll just go through the chemicals and mix drinks for people. Just go out and hang out with somebody, and Philip Seymour Hoffman is in it. And then we have dimethyl sulfur oxide. Let's see here. And here's why I'm saying don't do this yourself, because you're already playing with two heavy-duty things. And then in here, you gotta just trust me on it. It's 35% food grade hydrogen peroxide, and this not a lot because just not a lot, because it's no good. Just don't do that. You got to start with like 1 or 2 drops. And then you work your way up, and you do that in a glass of water. I probably put way too much in there. And then we're going to go with some vodka, because we're making a mixed drink, huh? And then, I did not bring it. I wanted oregano oil, but I think, what do I have? I need one more thing for this. What do you think it should be? I know what it is. I'll be right back. Oh, there we go. Now everything is coming together perfectly. So we do on wonderful, magical winter holidays. What's up there? What's up, Shaman Clown? What are you doing here? Where have you been? What's up? So, adding to this adventure here, myself a mixing device. I've got some sage. We'll go ahead and just crack-a-lack those in there. Okay, good. The sage. Okay. And got some cinchona bark. Now, obviously, this is not going to be a great decoction. I should have made a syrup out of this earlier, but I did not. So throw a little bit of this in here. And, but because there is enough alcohol in there, it should extract enough out of it. And I have fermented honey with garlic in it for a sweetener, and also because of the how good garlic is for you. Let's go ahead and just drop a little bit in here. A little sweetener, huh? Some honey. Ravishing. Wonderful. Okay. So I think we've got everything we need in here. And here's that mix. Oh yeah. Should be fun. Got the ice. And a little bit of Sunny D. Just to bring it all together. Now this I would not recommend Sunny D. It's just literally all I had, and I'm not and I feel like having this as a drink. I wasn't gonna shoot that. Oh yeah. There we go. Transfer this. See what we got out of this. Pour it over here. So, not your average cocktail bar. Cheers, everybody. Yep. Exactly what I thought would happen. Exactly what I thought would happen. So probably over the next few minutes, 10 minutes or so, you'll probably see my face get a little flushed as it's starting to move blood around my body. Not just the alcohol, but the other things in it. And I'm going to sip on that just because I don't know the levels of everything in there. But we'll see what happens. But I'm certain of its effects at cleansing the blood and detoxifying things, because I've done similar concoctions before. Yeah. Anyways, David Mannion. Divine. I know. I was feeling that way the other day. Not so good, but I was like, what am I doing here? Like, what's the point? You know, if you don't have those days in your life and those times where you're just like, fuck it. Like, what's the purpose? Why am I here? Nothing's good. Nothing's healthy. Nothing's... You have those days, I suppose. But somebody just came out with a video right before I started this. Activation codes. Remember him? If you don't, I highly suggest go check out his new one. And it was about everything that was everything here is yours. It was given to you, you know, kind of like it's a piece of his artwork. And he was kind of giving the old Neville Goddard speech. You know, the idea that everything on earth is yours because you created it as, you know, the Julius Caesar realm, the physical realm, was given to you through God, meaning Jesus, your creative aspect. So they work together, and he was kind of getting into that. I only seen like 2 minutes of it, but that was the general idea, and it would be interesting to hear him speak on it. Yeah, I don't know where we're gonna go with this one. I just wanted to have this drink. I mean, I didn't really want to have this drink, but it's gonna do something. I really want to do some coffee enemas, you know, and get this really going. I mean, this is a good start, but I'm waiting for the people to come fix my bathtub because it got clogged, and they're just slow to do it. So I can't really. Not gonna be doing an enema in my bed. That could get very messy. Happy. You said Happy New York? Oh, New Year's, New Year's, New Year's. Yes, yes. It is a new year, I suppose. More of the same bullshit, though, huh? It's interesting. So we're having Mardi Gras this year, which obviously should always happen, but because of the things, ooh, the boogeyman, it's just interesting. It's going to be starting in, well, like I guess the February 2nd, maybe, I don't know, 3rd, whatever. And you know what they're going to do. They're going to just, because that's when everybody else in every other city in this city is everybody going to get sick with the thing and the stuff, and everyone's going to get the floozies. And yeah, then they're going to use that as a reason to really tighten up the clutches on your civil rights and liberties. And if you guys want a little idea here, don't speak about your liberties. Liberties are given to people that are getting off of a ship because you're somebody else's property. You're given liberty to do something. You should never say my liberties, because that's implying that somebody else is giving them to you. You can accept the liberties. Well, thank you. If you walk into someone's establishment and they say, I'll give you liberty to, you know, peruse my wares and perhaps, you know, fuck one of my wives, go for it. You know, that's liberty. Liberty, however, is not just general access to the public domain, the public sector. That is not liberty. That is sovereignty. That's just what it is. To just like a cat walks around and a dog, you know what I mean? Like the birds fly, and that's what it is. What's up? Yeah. When someone says you have no rights, you have to hear them correctly. If I say you have no rights, if you have no liberty, I'm not saying it in a negative fashion. I'm saying it in a positive fashion. You don't want those things. Who wrote? You can write them down if you want. Go ahead, write them down, and then you can protect them if you want. But beyond that, I don't need you to do anything. I just need you to leave me the fuck alone. You see, I don't want protection from the government. I want protection from the government. See the difference? I didn't say anything different, except for if you listen closely. Not from the government, from the government. Protection from, right? Means leave me the fuck alone. I ain't doing shit to you. Don't do shit to me. You don't start a problem, there won't be a problem, right? That's the general rule of life. But all in all, like if you want to go ahead and help me out, I appreciate it. I really appreciate that. government, thank you. Your business over here, corporate environments. You want to help me out? Let me walk into the store and get myself a new Cobra because I want a snake. You want me to come in there? Can I come in there and get a hot tub? New pair of sunglasses. I don't know. Cool. Give me liberty and give me a right to do that. But other than that, you know, this is what you're given by a corporation. Once you're on their private property, inside of a corporate, this is my domicile, my private properties or whatever. You go in there, that you have to be under the law of that temple and the rules of that house. And inside of that house is a private space in which you can be given and granted certain rights to do this. You can be granted certain levels and you could be obliged to do certain things. But other than that, like to say we're feral creatures maybe is an overstatement, but wild. And see, you say feral or wild, and it becomes like kind of messy and like, oh, you want to live in the jungle? No, I mean, people are. If you left people to their own devices, how would they be? if you the only thing that you'd have to do is you'd have to. Who said it this way? I think it was Terrence McKenna said if you took away tobacco and caffeine, there'd be a war within 3 days. People, that's their drug. That's their and really what he was getting at was probably sugar. I mean, I don't think he really understood. It's not the nicotine and it's not the caffeine, but other chemicals they're putting in there and sugars. That's another story, but nonetheless, the point is, if you give people a solution to those things change. That's keep people from being addicted to all. If you just kept feeding people their addiction, they would be fine. What are people's addictions? Most people are probably TV, social media at this point. I told you this drink, I'm sweating, but we're going to keep going with it. Whew! If you didn't see what I did, feel free to watch the beginning of the video. Maybe it's the hat, I don't know. Where was I going with this? So to rewild people, to have people live to their, of their own devices. Most people's addictions are given to them. They don't develop them just out of nowhere. It's like people's desire to escape. It's not escape reality. It's to alter their perception of what's occurring, because most people ain't in a good way, ain't in a good place. So they want to alter that. I mean, they could alter it differently. You could if they're living in a dumpster, you could literally change that dumpster into, well, they would smoke some crack, and maybe in their mind they're living in a mansion in Thailand or whatever. So maybe if they lived in a mansion in Thailand, they wouldn't smoke crack. Not saying there isn't some, so you don't so you're not misguided in how I'm saying this. Of course, there'll be, there's chemical bonds that they'll need to break within that. But nonetheless, people's addictions and people's consumption of anything is to alter the reality. Everything is that. But there are some that are more heavily influencing how people's behaviors. So people's behaviors a lot of times are to get the, like people will steal and rob and to get the thing, the money, and but they want their money so they can feed their family, or to get they're cold. And how do they fix cold? Well, they can't. Ain't nobody letting in their house, and Where they're gonna sleep on a fucking cot in a church because the church ain't open because the church they ain't what they said they were. So yeah, I don't know where I started that, where I was going, other than to say, you know, people let to their own devices at this point would be wild for a little bit, but most of the people are singular, right? If you deal with people on a singular basis, you could figure them out pretty quickly and adjust and fix and help. As a mass, it's a mess because everybody has a billion different idiosyncrasies and things they desire, their addictions, which is interesting because maybe the reason I'm on this is because I had seen a post on what the Juice World. Anybody know this rapper guy? I think he died or something. And there was a picture of him snorting a line of I don't know, ketamine or Xanax. No, actually it was a prescription drug, which was funnier. Like he was crushed up and he was doing it on a plane, and then somebody was coming. They're like, "Oh, hurts my soul. So poor. He couldn't even help himself. He does all these drugs." I'm like, who the fuck here hasn't done a drug? What great artist, musician, poet, who of them haven't probably used a lot of drugs? And obviously, you know my definition of a drug, not just about anything. I'm talking about like drugs. And to like go, oh, he had so much talent, he could have anything. That was part of the expression of his talent. You fucking doofus. Like, he wouldn't have developed that. You ever have experiences, good or bad, on substances? It's just another stance. It's a substance to something. Fucking lady down at the Walmart. What do you think she's doing? She's on prescription meds all day. No one feels sorry for her. She didn't luck out and win the lottery and become a famous rapper. You know, I don't get people's perception of what addiction is when most people. I don't know anybody that isn't addicted to things. Who? Alan Watts told you. You get in a double bind once you because you're so obsessed with non-attachment, non-addiction, that you're attached to non-attachment. It's a double bind. You just have to live your life, and sometimes there's good things and sometimes there's bad things. It's what you make of it. I don't know, but to think that people haven't, from the beginning of time, sought out substances to change their perception. Here's an apple. What does that do? Oh, here's a tomato. Oh, it's a nightshade. Might kill you. Ooh, don't eat the green stuff. Smoke it. That's medicine. We go through somebody was cuckoo enough to see a mushroom growing on cow shit and go, I think I'll put that in my mouth. And then somebody, decided to synthesize LSA, make LSD, and like, there's all sorts of things that we continually, just like we try to advance technology, we try to advance or change or alter, and so that just reframe that. Not all technology is advancing; it's just altering, morphing, changing. We like to change our perception. Why not? If you were just stuck in the same line of logic every day, you would paint the same picture over and over again. That would get really, really fucking boring. Or you'd become a psychopath. You see people. There's this dude. His name is like, he's the dude that has a big black Mr. Doodle or some shit. He's got a big black marker, and he does these really great designs. I mean, he'll do an entire room with white walls, black pen, and he has got the suit on, and like, the dude makes a shit ton of money. But like, that dude's got to be cuckoo bonkers, like crazy nutso. Like, I couldn't even imagine him being capable of functioning in society whatsoever. To be one medium, one thing, like, maybe he does other things in his life. I suppose he probably has to, or else he would probably, I don't know. But all day just doing the same repetitive task over and over, that's not very human like. It's robotic. That's insanity. So in the breath of trying not to be insane, I thought I'd change it up and have a cocktail of turpentine, dimethyl sulfur oxide, vodka, some Sunny D, some cinchona bark, and sage. Oh, and food grade hydrogen peroxide. Thought we changed it up today, so I don't go insane, man. Oh, it's really warming. Ha ha ha. What's up, Parzival? What's up, Traveler? No ID. I'm a little behind here. What's up, Melissa? Yeah. No idea. Yeah, an experiment, not a crutch. Yeah, certainly. I'm a little behind here. Sorry, I went on a tangent here. Apparently. What's up, Michael Nolan? I don't know what you mean. Green pill? I don't know. I'm guessing you meant the pass. I mean, obviously. You should know me better than that. What do you think my opinion would be? What's up, Skull? Oh, yeah. Okay. Drugs only take you so far. Correct. I've always thought drugs were like a trampoline. There's a fence there, and if you just walk up to the fence, you can't see anything. You're not gonna be able to experience it. But if you take a drug, you can jump on a trampoline and you can see over it, and you'll have a glimpse of. The only way to get to the other side is to climb over the fucking fence, which is, because you can't be on that drug the entire time. You are drugs. It's just taking any substance. Food is a drug. I mean, anything you can think about that you consume. Breathing, depending on what part of the city, could be a drug. Smell of flower, that's a drug. So, but inside of you, as an alchemical laboratory, you're the one doing the thing. So you're already made of all of this substance. How would you access all of that grand glory of being oneself? You'd have to get rid of all the programs. I mean, and there's plenty of ways to do that. Take the ayahuasca, take the DMT. But see, those are drugs to defragment, deprogram, right? You can do it. How would you do that mentally? Could you just go start meditating in a cave and become a Bodha, Bodhisattva, whatever. It's got me laughing. How many years How many years would that take? It's like Alan Watts said. You'll wake up when you want to. You will or you won't. Which is kind of true, but most people have so much programming. They're not just going to go, oh, I get it now. They would have to use a brute force method of some sort of substance, some sort of. Obviously, you could clean your TV off with you could spit on it, you could put water on it, but obviously you could clean something off. Well, wouldn't it be better if you had the proper chemical to do it? Same thing with how you need certain tools, chemicals to remove paint, to get to the. If your window was painted over, how would you get that off? You could sit there, rub all day. Okay, see you in 20 years. or you get the right set of chemicals, the right tools. Hey, Michael Nolan, I never heard of that. I never heard of that at all. I don't even know what that means. Keeping Earth green. I never heard it that called that before. No, I don't agree with it. I believe in there has to be room on this giant plane to to build, form, create. I'm not against technology. I'm not against tools. I'm not against creating things with man's hand. I'm not against, obviously. It's not going to be as beautiful as God's great creation. Well, then, okay, I just painted that, yeah? It's beautiful. Why can't I do that? Right? And I use different colors. It's not just green. Oh my God, there's all of these different colors on it. And I want to go cook a meal. Well, God already gave you everything you need. Why you got to make a knife and cook a meal? Have you tasted my cooking before? Yeah, your strawberry's great. That orange is lovely. But I bet I can do better. See, now is that ego talking? But in the sense of, okay, are we gonna create something more splendid than what we already have? What was given to us? It's just different. So I think obviously turning the entire landscape into some giant machine hand is ridiculous, but I don't see the reason that there's plenty of space in the sandbox for everybody to play. You know, that's about the size of it. Yeah, DMT could be. Yeah, I mean, sustainable living. I mean, life implies death. So I don't know. I don't understand. Like, food implies death because you got to eat it. And oddly enough, the thing that sustains you also kills you. The food that will sustain you and give you nourishment and a sort of a sense of joy, because it's joyful to eat and the flavors and all of that. I mean, we weren't supposed to fall and consume and do all, but eventually you want to really consolidate your experience on a lower frequency to really, it's a hard knock life, and just feel this shit and understand it. Because if you're just sitting here in airy fairy planes, you're like, oh, I'm not going to consume that. I'm not going to touch that. Then it's all just like a dream. See, here there's something to it. It's there. Granted, once you're advanced enough, you can get into the dream world, the astral realms, and it is like this. And you can have multiple realities just like this running simultaneously. But as we can see now, like, we did seem to have this very airy kind of, spiritual, angelic, floating in the skies of a very, that's where we were. And then the fall into the density. That's what they're talking about. The denser the thing, and we became dense people. But it's an experience. Wasn't that the point? Isn't the point to have an experience? I never told you what it would be. I don't want to ruin the surprise. I don't want to ruin the suspense for you. Oh my God. Michael Nolan, plastic dumping and global warming is the green pill. I don't necessarily believe in global anything because it's a flat realm, and I don't. Warming or cooling is climate change is a joke because it always changes, and everything we do on a macro level, like, certainly there's always a balance to everything. It's kind of like, well, the more of this that we're producing, don't the trees kind of suck that up and become larger and then give us oxygen? Isn't that how that works? It's already implied within the problem there's a solution. Am I suggesting to make more plastic? No. Am I suggesting that the VOCs and no. I'm not suggesting make more of that. I'm just saying it is hardly as big of a problem, to say humans did this. Well, then humans as a totality didn't do that. The culture creators that decided to make these products and push it onto the market and influence the minds of the masses to believe it was good for them to consume it. That's the dilemma. It's like feeding your baby goat's blood every day, and beef liver, and like, it's a baby. It doesn't have any teeth. What are you doing? It doesn't have a choice in the matter. It doesn't know any better. How would it know? That's what it thinks it's supposed to do, right? So as an entire planet, like, we can't just say it's the humans that did it. It's humans' fault. We've got to consider, like, what about these corporate entities, the corpses? What about the dead entities that are influencing people to participate? Do this. Like, people aren't aware enough to escape consumerism. They're unaware that they could. That's even a possibility. Traveler, I think I answered the CO2 emissions being beneficial. I think I just answered that. Yeah. Yeah, conscious choices are only... You can only have the level of consciousness up to the point that you have a level of consciousness. Consider, when I was 25, I thought... Say to yourself, I thought... And every time you come to a new... I used to think large amounts of salt was a good idea. And I didn't see the relationship and the difference between inorganic and organic salts. I didn't see the difference. I didn't know. So my level of awareness and consciousness was only that. So I could only make choices based upon my level of awareness. And my level of awareness is not based on what did you do to learn that? Well, I mean, certainly I've taken the steps, but most people don't know where to go for that. They don't even know how to access that. Who's telling someone to, hey, go pay attention to what salt really is. Go look at what water really is. Go ask these questions. People aren't even being walked to the water anymore, because they're living in such a in a hyper delusion. Like, they're so far away from anything of importance. The level of attention span that people have. I make very long videos. You think most people have an attention span to listen to me for more than a few minutes? No. I'd have to be engaging. I remember listening to, I forget who it was. It was talking about kids these days, and like, kids can't watch, they can't even watch movies. They like, people are to the point where they're scrolling to get that little that pleasure button. That little jolt of what kind of drug is that you get? Serotonin or whatever, they're getting the mouse, the happiness thing. And they can't go through a whole movie realizing that going through that, it's kind of like having an orgasm, right? A quick fucking orgasm. Great. You ever had a long lovemaking session, then the orgasm afterwards? Fucking, there it is. That's Taoist sexual practices. They don't see that. They don't see the build-up to the climax of energy, of even devoting yourself to doing something, to getting out of it what it's worth. So even though push button internet, you could have any information you want, they don't even know where to look. They don't even know why it's important. They can't even understand it, because everything is so, here it is, I'll have that. I want food. I'll have food. Oh, I want this. I'll have this. It's so everything is push button society. So they can't find value in anything. So I'm not saying that there's value in reading books. I think books fucking suck. How do you feel about that? What I do like is someone to read me that book, and I'll put it on fast, and then I'll put headphones on. I ingest the information easier because I can speed it up, and I can do other things, and I'm gonna actually have a better memory recall of it. I'm all for information, but most people don't even know how that works or why they would do that. Ha ha. Yeah, raising gas prices to force people to buy electric cars, not questioning where the electric is coming from, nor the how bad those batteries are for the environment. I mean, it's just a new market. That's all they're doing. As bad as it is, and it probably is way worse. It's really just changing a market. Food growing is all in the green pill. Oh, I'm all about growing your own food, and depends on what your food you mean by food. I mean, if the idea of like biodiversity and da 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 da, and like you can't, depending on where you live, you're not living on fruit alone. You know, there's depending on where you live, it would depend on what your farm looks like, and how much livestock you'll consume, and what how much meat will be in your diet, how much slaughtering and death there will be. Obviously, a better diet is living where the sun is and eating fruits and maybe some fish now and then, and having a very minimum amount of dead animal product. But milk and honey and food of the gods. Milk and honey's all day. Yeah, the whole consumer throw it away, the heavy plastics, put it in landfill and do it again. I mean, what do you think landfills are for? They put a pipe in there, and they're actually, when you ship your garbage to the garbage place, they're turning that into power. They're turning that into electricity. They're actually you have to pay someone to take your garbage to turn back into power that they're going to sell to you. It's a complete cycle that you pay for both ends of it. It's insanity. Hey, what about the maroon pill? What about the purple pill? I'm all about the purple pill. Oh yeah, that right there. Did you ever see the whole thing? Yeah. So my take on it, I think I just covered that there, Nolan, Michael. What about the turquoise? What about the turquoise pill, man? I'm gonna take the rainbow one. Yeah, give me that rainbow pill. Yeah, so solar energy. I'm all for solar power, but again, solar power, how it's contained in those, how they're collecting and what they're using as the photovoltaic things, and it's more plastic and garbage. Just go back to what did the ancients? What were they using? They were using piezoelectric. They were using plasmic, atmospheric electricity. They were using. They were storing it in the bricks. Energy was stored in the bricks themselves. I mean, we've got different stones that you could. They were actually making a lot of these buildings out of liquid limestone. You just pump it into a form. You could do it on site. It's pretty easy. I mean, this is how do you think so many things are built? You just take hemp and lime and water. And you're like, oh, look at these big giant blocks. How did they cut them and do all this? Like, they didn't. They took the hemp that was there, they cut the hemp down, they mixed it with another binder, water, lime, you know what I'm saying? And some concrete, some earth, whatever. Like, you're making that. They'll just put it into a form. And all of a sudden it gets denser and denser and stronger, and that's what you get. Most of it was formed. Most of the buildings we see were not like cut out of somewhere. They were formed. But as far as like the solar power being better, I suppose wind power isn't better. Yeah, solar power is free from the sun, but to the collection and storage of it is still wrong. Collection and storage of the power itself, it needs to get back to how it should be done. Diesel and gasoline is worse than what? I don't think. I don't think clean burning alcohol is bad at all. I mean, corn really shouldn't be eaten. Corn should be used as a mash to turn into fuel for either automobiles or the humans. And I say that jokingly because ethanol and fast, funny cars and funny people and what it does to lift a spirit or to make something move fast. And it's clean burning. And what it's made from, it's all, that seems to me to be a better cycle. We just happen to ruin a lot of things because there was more money in changing, diesel fuel. You used to be able to drink it. And then they started putting chemicals in it, so you couldn't. Right? Because that way you could sell it different at the store, even though it's the same shit. And then we have leaded gasoline, or we have unleaded gasoline. So it's just like weird things they do. Like they got leaded, unleaded, and they got like why not just use the ultra pure premium fuel for everything? Why not? Why not just use air turbines? Because there's no money in it. There's money in the turmoil. You can lead a horse to a bottle of vodka, but you can't get him drunk. You know what I mean? Dopamine, yeah. Michael Nolan, plastic straws are gone and plastic bags are gone. No, they're not. I don't understand what you're saying. I have plastic straws in my cupboard. I don't mind them. I like them. I like my plastic bags I throw my garbage out. I don't know what you're saying. I mean, the green pill is working on what? I mean, the pop culture, everything is go green. So in that sense, I don't like it because it's just one more illusion. Go green. Go-gurt. How about that? How about a bunch of go-gurt? Is that what that is? Purple pill? Oh, I know, Skull. You saw a picture of an electric car being charged on the side of a road with a petrol generator. See, people don't recognize that that's what's happening, but the long distance. They're just... To get an electric car is beyond doofus at this point. It could be in the future different, but understanding the source of the source of the fuel is not changing. Could run things on sound, obviously. Have you ever seen a picture of a paper bottle? When you cut it, it has the plastic bottle inside. You gotta help me out here. A paper bottle? You're talking about like how they're trying to say, hey, we're trying to clean up the environment and make this thing, everything's paper, and then inside there's plastic. Is that what you're saying? I've never seen it, but I don't put anything past these people. It's heavy duty right here. Window, fucking, engine degreaser right there. If you had a spare 60,000, you could buy a new Tesla, or you could buy a V8. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't buy a V8 automobile. Shit, you could you could probably get less than that, really. Yeah, but there's not really an upside to buying a Tesla right now. I mean, obviously, I think most people here understand that Tesla either didn't exist or he was backwards mapping old technology, and this jackass lone scum guy, he's not using Tesla's technology. Tesla's technology was not an electric car that you had to plug in somewhere. What doesn't anybody get about this? Tesla wanted free energy through the ether. It wasn't about making fucking electric cars that plug into somewhere for $80,000 and the cost. It had nothing to do with going 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. He's a marketing fuck. He just marketed a thing. And people are like, oh, fucking Elon Musk. Oh, he's the greatest ever. He's so smart. Oh, electric cars. I'm like, what changed? He sold you something, you fool. You fool! I know, if I had 60K, I ain't buying a car. Absolutely not. Yeah, no idea. That's so funny. Yeah. Uh, Tesla, Elon Musk didn't even. Yeah, whatever happened there, I don't. That's all. That's all. That's all. Whatever to me, right? I could care less about that. I just know, you know, what's going on. The vehicle itself. I don't care what his stupid. I don't even smoke the weed. Like whatever that goofy ass is talking about. I don't know what he's talking about. Yes, I get it. Some of what he says is really good, but you're talking about a guy who literally told the entire world that he sent a car in outer space because it looked so fake it must be real. And that's the guy you're going to trust to say anything else after that? Is he taking all of the piss? Because as far as I can tell, he's taking all of the piss. Like he's like just like he's like next. That's like he's having a gas hose. He has like a penis that he's sucking piss out of on a regular basis. Keeps him highly intelligent. Well, everybody else eats shit, and he's taking the piss. Welcome, les bots. Welcome, les bots. How you doing today? It's a pleasure to see you. Well, I mean that would be a see. He has launched satellites. See, that would be hard to do considering I don't think satellites exist. But where there is something that he did that is going to do something for those high voltage, high microwave, you know, the high the frequency. It's about to turn people into stone or something. I don't know what they're doing with that. Michael, no, the orange is about Bitcoin and crypto. And it's also about the orange pill is about the Netherlands and the whatchamacallit, India company. Oh, your boy Soul Voice just came out with a video on it the other day. I didn't watch the whole thing, but he was talking about the orange and its connection to the largest company ever created, and its connection to the, you know, masonry and orange and all of that. I mean, and as I'm out here drinking the orange, we had that orange pill today. You know, I'm not against crypto by any means, because crypt also means, like, crypt doesn't necessarily mean death. It also is like to you know, there's ciphers, and for me it's no different than an exchange of fiat currency. It's really no different. Why do we use the dollar? Why do we trade dollars with other things? Like, the market value of any country and the products, imports, exports, the valuation of the dollars are about physical objects in reality. It's just saying to go, and here, furthermore, saying going back to like a silver or gold based standard is idiotic. I'll say it 1,000 times, buy silver, buy gold. Okay, go fucking fill your closet up with gold and silver. And then everything crashes. The whole society collapses. Tell me what you're going to do with that gold and silver, jackass. And I'll tell you right now, nothing. Because no one's going to want it. You're buying a hunk of junk. Gold and silver are hunks of nothing. Sorry to break it to you, hon. Everybody out here trying their hand and getting into buying all up the silver and gold, it's not going to do shit. Who's going to want it? When people are trying to eat, when people are trying to build things, it's worthless. It's just as stupid that we need to get back to the gold standard. It's just as illusory as a fiat currency. The only thing that has value is the man's ability to create something. That's value. Words, my language, motivation, actual physical objects, like these things are important. A piece of metal is shit. Someone that can grow something in a garden, important. Something can build something, important. Somebody can inspire people, important. People that can teach, important. Other than that, everything else is kind of fucking wackadoodle. You can decrypt it. Thank you, No ID. That's a great answer. You can decrypt it. No shit. Interesting. The skull, I didn't hear that. Well, what I found, what's interesting is I was reading something the other day talking about how the 7th was somebody in Canada and somebody in Ireland. And then it was a big thread, and they were talking about how they were trying to go see a movie, and they had noticed that there was no movie listings from the 7th to the 10th or something. And then they go, see if that is the same in your city or whatever. And a bunch of people will say, like, oh no, movies. Maybe they know something that we don't know. And oddly enough, Kazakhstan, Illuminati gets, obviously all plotted out and whatever. But interesting nonetheless. You just look at the different pills. Yeah. Okay, if you want to get right to it, what pills should you take? Take them all. Just take a little taste of each of them. See what happens. Because you're not going to know until you do. As we're kind of talking about substances and drugs and food. You don't know life until you experience it. You don't know the taste of it. There's some things that obviously you shouldn't. Some things, if you did enough research, you'd be like, well, I don't think that's a good idea. Like, it's probably not a good idea for you to try, to drink what I just drank this morning. If you know what you're doing with it, maybe. If you're an alchemist, you know how much of each substance to take. But yeah, like buying some crypto to see if you make some money off of it. Cool, but I look at it in the same way I used to look at stocks and bonds and things, and going, well, that's hard for me to really go, I want to buy a stock, knowing damn well what that really means. I don't want to buy someone else's life. Your stock, your birth certificate. I found a lot of odd things in it. And the bond means bondage, right? Weird shit, man. So, but hey, little crypto. It's like pump and dump bullshit, man. It's just like, here's an illusory thing. Everybody put your money in. No, get it out before it falls apart. That's what they're doing. It's basically a shell game of. What's the easiest way to put it? I don't know. It's like everybody keeps stacking things until we figure out when are people going to take out theirs because it keeps getting bigger. If you wait longer, you could grab more, but if you wait too long, then it all falls. They're just playing. That's the game. You know, I was trying for the longest time to figure out what it was, and I realized it's not. It's a in front of your face the biggest scam ever. It's buy my cryptocurrency. What does it do? I don't know. You can spend it. Me. Oh, now you got cryptocurrencies that apparently the Trump coin coming this year is already now you can spend it on Amazon, Walmart, and all these big places. Looks like a boy Trump is coming through. Skull, cash is king. Well, to a degree, you know, you say cash is like cachet to like it's like a memory. Is king to a degree, yeah. But having a certificate of trade, yeah, I think that's will always be. It's harder to. It's harder to counterfeit that, I suppose, than it is counterfeit something online at this point. There's how many people, if you really know what you're doing, you know, tell me there aren't hackers everywhere that you could just hack in and out of systems. I mean, I don't know. What makes sense? To me, king is a nice clothes, some artwork, a roof over my head, some food, clean water, good friends, some alcohol, you know, good food, shit like this. That's king to me. Trade is social credit. We don't need them shiny coins, them on. The yellow pill. Well, see, the thing is, anything can be devalued. The only thing that can't get devalued really is things that have intrinsic value, things that have a real world value. What has a real world value? Clean water always will. Food always will. Some people need more, some people need less, but I mean, you can adjust and fluctuate the price of food by how much they're allowing out and what are people used to getting versus like, well, I guess you're just going to be on a diet of potatoes now. No more meat for you. You know, but nonetheless, food's gonna have value. We have to go through the Maslow's basic hierarchy of needs. What has value? Things that are valuable to living. Things that aren't valuable to living. What aren't valuable? Tobacco, alcohol, drugs, all will have value. Chocolate have value. I think me and Skull were talking about this the other day. Say, well, if everything went to nil, what would have value? Well, a domicile, but there's enough domiciles for everybody, so that's kind of a zero-sum game. Everybody will have a house. Just pick one. There you go. That's where you live. There's more than enough domiciles for people. Then clean water. We'll see how that running water shit works, but there's ponds and lakes and rivers and shit everywhere, and you know, people will figure out how to clean their water. So we got that established, and then food pretty much grows everywhere, and there's, you know, people learn how to farm if that's the case. If you don't know how seed grows, put it in the ground, put some water on it, see what happens. But like, you know, value of what? Is a Jackson Pollock worth $1 million or whatever? It's 100 million? No. First of all, his artwork was shit. So it's not worth anything to begin with. Except for the media told you so and marketing and look at it's a story behind it. There's no value. There's going to be so little value in there'll be value in things that are comforting. Chocolate, tobacco, drugs, food, you know, good company, stories, music. These things will have value. They'll maintain value. All the other shit kind of goes to the wayside. A lot of people really are they don't really add value to the culture. If you work in a marketing firm, sorry to break it to you, bros, you don't really you kind of remove value from culture. Some of you might do something else on the side, sure, but if you work in like a marketing firm, no. You work. There's so many jobs that just are just trash, no value. So many physical objects that really don't have value. Well, I don't know what the yeah, you never heard of the yellow pill? We were kidding, but I didn't know there was actually like a technical term for all of them. I was being funny about it. I mean, I heard green, green something. I didn't realize. I just thought it was the red and blue pill. Then obviously just taking both. Purple pill, that shit. And orange is obvious. Yeah, once you said it. There'd be no way there's a headquarter. Well, I think there could be because no one would really know it. And also, have you ever seen how beautiful some of the? It's like the oldest, most fucking perfect technology from Tataria. Are we talking about that? That one city there, that is like, it's insane. It's like so well kept and clean, and it's like old, it's all free energy basically, and they didn't dismantle it. I don't know if that's, maybe it's a different city, but Aaron Colburn. You said lady came in and throwing. Well, it is a Family Dollar, man. What do you? It's kind of like going to McDonald's and expecting to get your burger right. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. Yellow pill Shivambu. Oh, I bet with that, yeah. What you said about Vermont being the most. Oh, um, if as you guys know, I do this for free, but with the hopes of your generosity, as I am quite experiencing financial net losses these days. If you want to, feel free. You're allowed to donate to me. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. It is TSAR capital XEN. It's in the description box beneath. And that very much help me to exist in this, you know, on here. Roof over my head and all this shit. And I can eat and get some more, get myself healthy because I've been eating so much garbage because it was cheaper. And I would like to buy some good food. Some medicine, And by medicine, I mean, herbs and things that I need. So if you guys want to, that'd be really appreciated. And also, thumbs up are free. You can just hit the button. That's great. Hope you're enjoying. EGATs. I haven't heard that in a long time. EGATs. Shivabu meaning drinking your piss. Oh yeah, yeah. They don't understand. Yeah, Eric Colburn. The most important part people that are not getting is people that are that don't have a lot of money, that are poor. They can be put to work for no money to do and say anything. Crisis actors are a real thing. You pay somebody to say, go and do this and go and say that and act like this, and they'll go do it. I give a crackhead $10 to go fucking what the fuck ever you want. So like, and you're saying that these people because they're on TV and this is no, these people are here. Put this robe on, stand in front of the screen, say this. Can you read this? Yeah, give you $100 to do that. Okay. They don't see the connection to what they're doing, and then the people out here go, "Oh my God, did you say so and so?" I'm like, "Do you ever meet that person? Doctor who? Who is that?" I go find that doctor, and all of a sudden they see him like panhandling on the street a week later. Like, didn't I just see on the news is Doctor so and so? Like, did you lose your job? No, I was just acting. I just got paid to say that. They would never, they can't even see it. Oh, speaking of a place you can go to find fruit, there's a website. I'm gonna have to refine it again for you guys. You probably look it up. Put like fruit tree finder or something. There's like a whole website devoted the whole world over that you can put your local area in, and you can look at a map and people through GPS and street locations, whatever. Look at a map and it'll tell you what tree, depending on how much information they put in there. They'll tell you what tree, what fruit is growing, if it's in someone's yard, and it'll maybe give a description like, hey, you can knock on the door, ask the person, or oh, this is on public land, and here's the the months of the year that it's and people just update this all the time. Pretty rad, pretty rad. I forget what it's called, like fruit tree finder or something. A fruit finder, different than fruit finder for all you fairy likes. Yeah, like right now I could go grab some winter oranges, satsumas. Yeah, it's called the city house. I'm a little behind. Sorry, guys. Ah, you get your juices for making homemade wine from Family Dollar. Oh, nice, nice, nice. What's up, Bologna? Persona? The black pillars. That's funny. I mean, your life is based upon quite a few things, but I'm always most interested in the terrain theory. I mean, certainly genes and gene, altering and all of the newfound information on whatever your genes might be. I think we can alter that to a degree, obviously, but the easiest way to alter your belief, your life, your DNA, your genes, whatever you want to call it, is your environment. Because your terrain. Your terrain will change everything. You can't, if you plant a seed from a citrus in the north in the winter, it's not going to grow. You could be on one side of your house where it's getting no sunshine versus the other side which is getting sunshine and plant the same seed, same from the same strawberry. One side will grow, the other side won't. You could put two side by side and it could be in a patch of soil that is two different types of soil. And one will grow and the other will not grow so good. Terrain is more important than any. It's like nature versus nurture. It's terrain. Terrain is mostly nurture. Terrain is the idea of mostly nurture, but obviously the the nature of it is. I don't know why. See, that's the confusing part. I don't know why they call it nature versus nurture. It's such a. They're giving you a conundrum to begin with. It's like it's both. Like one doesn't exist without the other. It's like tools and technology doesn't exist without nature. The physical realm doesn't exist without the spiritual realm. The spiritual realm doesn't. You can't have one without the other. Love and married with children, love and marriage. No. Yeah, I'm telling you. I hear you, Bologna persona. Damn, Aaron, that's crazy. I bet they probably do. McDonald's gift card for the crisis acting. I mean, I would assume they do. Yeah, I mean, and Michael Nolan, it'd have to be pretty difficult to be fully on the white pill and self improvement. Considering the state of the world these days, I could see why most people. It's kind of a dark thing going on out there. It's extremely difficult to find gainful employment. It's extremely difficult to. I mean, if you don't have your thing and stuff with the papers, and that goes in the dating scene too. How you in one way the dating pool got a lot smaller, but it got a lot more refined. Got more refined in the sense you're not gonna have to. You'll know right away if someone's a complete fool. That way you don't have to date them. You don't have to wait a couple weeks in. That's an advantage. Oh, motherfucking. Hey, Bologna, you're a cult? I didn't know that. What the fuck? I did not know that. Hey, Bologna persona. What the fuck? I didn't. I forgot. Are you making videos? See. I don't. I was unaware of such things. Well, Jesus Christ, why didn't you ever tell me that before? I've been talking to you like some fucking jackass that I don't know. I mean, obviously I talk to all of you like jackasses I don't know because I don't know any of you. But I kind of know you. I kind of sense that I know most of you. Yeah. Oh, so for anybody, you guys weren't here. I didn't tell the story, and I'm not going to quite yet. But last night when I went out for the first day of Mardi Gras, happy happy season to happy carnival. Um, there was this Russian dude. So I'm sitting down next to the river, and this Russian dude comes over, and we start chatting with him. And very interesting fellow. And we got talking about Tataria, and he was talking about Tartary, like saying he's from there. That's him. Like I was like, what? And we were having this really interesting conversation about crossing from Alaska to Russia, and he knew two people that did it, and like dude was pretty wild, man. We were having some pretty intense conversations about things. I was like, motherfucker, Tarian Empire. There's more of us out here than people would know. I want my fucking empire back. Man, that mixture, pretty heavy duty. I said duty. Aaron, that's really interesting because yeah, it was a really interesting conversation because of the way that and the things we talked about. We are talked about some really strange things. I don't even call them strange, but like just stuff that's like out the box. We're like, because we're sitting in the river, we're talking about like, you know, swimming across it, which is damn near impossibility. Then we're talking about, you know, so he knows somebody that would had swam, 20 miles and yeah, blah blah blah, like just this like crazy things. And he was like into architecture. We were talking about the mud floods and what it took to like, what about these buildings that are on top of buildings? Like what happened? Why are things so like we got some into some ancient empire shit. It's pretty awesome. And then he was very specific person. Like I don't know how to explain it. You know, you look at somebody and they look like that person. There's other people you go, oh, they just look like everybody. But it was a singular thing. It's like you'd be like, oh, that's so and so. It wouldn't be like you mistake. Oh, you kind of look like so. No, no. I mean, he looked like other people, certainly, but it's very, you know, je ne sais quoi. Ah, your arrogance. You fucking arrogant motherfucker. Michael Nolan going through all the pills. I like it. Michael Nolan, you got your pill box out? A walk-in is, well, I mean, what I've always understood a walk-in to be is like somebody's spirit that has left their body, but they were still alive enough for somebody else to jump in, so that the person's like their past life doesn't have anything to do, like just because this physical body is here has nothing to do with what you knew me of as, like how many times, you know, how many lives have you lived? And I would say, oh, 20 lives. I'd mean that as much as anybody else does, but like in this body, in this vessel, just one. But somebody met me today that knew me 25 years ago. It's like, it's not the same person. But where the idea I get is there's a physical vessel, and then you just jump out different. It's like when you're in a dream. I know because I know it's in a dream world. Whenever you look into a mirror and you're in a different body, that's always interesting. Huh. That's so funny. I didn't know. Well, I mean, oh, plain preaching. Okay. I mean, I know you as recult. I didn't know the. A walk in and somebody come over the world's BS. Yeah, I could see how that would be right. Overcome the world's BS and ego games, and brand new in a body. Well, yeah, I mean, because in the dream world that happens all the time. So I'd assume you kind of maintain your consciousness, but you get it because you're in a different skin suit. Like what's that? What was that show where that girl could do that? Was that like one of the original shits that everybody was really best show ever? little girl that became, she could change form. The Game of Thrones or some shit. Was it the Game of Thrones that girl was in? Anyways, yeah, I mean, in the dream world you do that, so why not here? I don't see why not. I mean, like, ooh. Walking in on gilded stilts. Ugh. Yeah, Bologna Persona. Yeah, I'm kind of just done with all that shit. Like I'm good with all the pain and all that bullshit. It's just really not. I'm not impressed by it anymore. I'm not impressed by the bullshit. What do you got? What were you guys saying? Yes, totally too. That was a lot. That one made my nose itch. Is my face getting a little more flushed? Give me 1 second. I can grab something. So I've made this wonderful creme with arnica. It's arnica, coconut oil, DMSO, turpentine, and I'm using it as a salve for my joints because they've just been mad fucked up, and it's actually working quite well. So I'm putting a little bit on my feetsies right now. Oh yeah. How you like that? Ooh. You're right with you guys. Just putting some lubrication on my fat feet. Yeah, I mean this is one time I would like snow right now, just because I would like to go stand in it because I think it would help a little bit of circulation that I'm having a little issue with here. But well, yeah, I mean, shit. I've been dealing with this bullshit for a couple weeks now, but it's something that I can do this and it'll go away, but then immediately it'll come right back, like kind of like fucking jointy arthritic blah blah blah, and I just totally forgetting that I have everything I need here already, and I was not using it. So just this morning, I decided to make some salve, and it's working out quite nicely. Right now, I am, like in this singular moment here, yes, because I'm just like fuck the bullshit. Like I was having fun. Remember, the beginning of this conversation was balancing out the immediacy of the moment and having fun and enjoying yourself. Well, and but simultaneously having that future. And if you always focus on the future and go, oh, don't just eat the good food, don't do that, you're gonna end a life of you can't and don't, and you're gonna do all the things that that just might not be, you'll be healthy, sure, but how enjoyable is that? Every once in a while you gotta do some fucking wacky weird shit, man, and it's super enjoyable. Great stories, great times, fun as fuck. Like, do I always want to be in a fucking dirty, dark, dingy, red lit bathroom doing blow off a hooker getting head? No. But hey, once in a while, you know uh how to balance that out. Just saying, man. Okay. Now I need a paper towel because I don't want to touch anything. Because I have all this dimethyl sulfur oxide on me, which is quite a carrier. It carries things and it lubricates the body. So if you don't know, DMSO is super heavy duty shit too. Just on its own, it's already doing quite a number on making me feel much better. And oddly enough, it comes from trees and processing paper. And it was, the way I found out that it was so good is this horse had some sort of problems or something, and like they walk through this area where they were like making paper or something. I don't know how the whole story goes, but basically this horse gets this dimethyl sulfur oxide on its paws, so in his body, and all of a sudden its hips and it can move, and it was like maybe like had arthritis or something, and all of a sudden they're like, well, what the hell? Why is the horse all of a sudden can jump around and shit? And they figured out it was from that substance, which a lot of people swear by, and I just haven't. It's something that I have and I've used before, but I didn't have any major serious thing that I needed to fix with it, so I didn't notice like some crazy huge benefits. This would be the first time I can say I've used it because fucking pain is stupid from like gouty arthritic shit. I mean, which I've dealt with for years from doing stupid shit, but like lately it was just like fucking fuck this. But I can certainly say it's helping out. And so, and arnica salve as well. So arnica, turpentine, dimethyl sulfur oxide. So I've been drinking that and putting it on my person. So you're watching it real time. Yeah, I really do. I just, hey, Divine, I do. Is that I don't have that kind of finances. I'm not. This, in fact, because of the lack of finances, it's kind of like a double. It's like a compound thing. So I can't afford to eat how I want to eat, or get the herbs and shit in my body. So that's causing a problem. But then on top of that, I can't afford to go get a massage, which would alleviate the things. So like I'm in a fucking. I can't do it. I was trying to do the like a downward spiral. Fucking sucks. And I don't have. I can't go out to bars because I can't afford it, or can't get in because nothing's open, or it's the kind of place like where's your papers, dude? To get a date, to get a rub down, you know what I mean? It's kind of fucking lame. What are you gonna do? Yeah, self-stretching. The only thing I've been stretching out is my... Wait. Nah, not even do that. Yeah, I have all the shit here to self-stretch. Is it easy to get... Well, here's the thing is, I wouldn't participate in such things, and I can't. Because I can't. And I wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. It's like I don't put anything into the system to take it out of it. And make it simple. It's like fucking. It's like I can't ask for the day off from a job that I don't have. Little coffee, huh? I mean, I don't know how easy it is at all. I know people that do. But I would need all of like the. I need papers. I don't have all that. Hmm. Yeah, there you go. I mean, that's kind of how divine exactly. That's kind of how I see it too. So, without going into, you know, maritime and all the other that kind of shit, and understanding your certificate of live birth and all of, you know, that kind of shit. Without that's like a I never get into that because it's a 10 lesson, and even 10 lessons over the course of, you know, a month of 2 hours, 10 lessons wouldn't even suffice to understand it fully. And there's other people that do it better. So I would just suggest finding those people if you want to know. Oh, I seen that. It's called the French artist who did a 60-foot high inflatable butt plug. I seen it. Yeah, that's funny you said that, Bologna. John Levi. I was listening to some of John Levi's stuff last night, um, and he was talking about the by participating in the system, because the system is a I forget what was the word he used exactly. Um, Fake, scam, false, something, something of the idea. But by participating in that, you are also you're tied into the that, like, that's if they're doing something that is dishonorable and I want to remember what the word he used was, because it surmises the idea so well. What the hell did he say? I mean, you get the point. It's like you're implicit in the buffoonery. It's like the I'll get back to the larger. It'll come to me as soon as I'm not thinking about it. What's up, Jonaman? Do I still want to do that? I'd fucking do that. Yeah, I'd be down. I mean, obviously I'm down, but I've had so many people give me these offers, and I've gotten gotten fucked over a couple times, and people don't come through. So yeah, of course, but you know, um, well, yeah, no idea. Having an email address, even perhaps, I suppose. There's no way of fully being not interconnected with the system, um, and to do that, you just become, you know, even what I try to get at is even the people that are completely out of the system are not. People that live in houses that relied on 2x4s, and then they have solar panels. Like they're not off grid. They had to buy those solar panels. They're the electrical. They didn't make the wire. They got the homeless guy. He's not off the grid. He still needs to panhandle to get things from the grid. So he's still connected. So there's no. It's like tools and technology. You're not escaping that. I don't expect to. I don't want to. But being fully reliant on it is, I think, the motivation people should have, is not to be reliant on it, to use it as hey, this is nice. This is a nice little luxury. Everything should be like, isn't this nice? There shouldn't be too many things that we should have like an expectation for. I mean, the expectation should be, I would think it would be water, food, shelter, the standards, clothes, like that kind of shit. It's already available. It's already there, and that should be pretty standard. Although it's not available. Anything beyond that should be like, oh, it's part of this. It's part of a bigger system. And what would you like to, be participating in this? You want to? Can you give me an hour of work? And for an hour of work, I'll let you use the computer all the time, and you can have this little item here. That's a good trade. A fair barter trade system would work a lot different than what we're dealing with right now. But we don't escape the system. Yeah, consenting to the insanity. Well, yeah, well, Bologna. Well, consenting is the word, but consenting to what is the? Hold on a second. It's like you were asking, like, this, the system is a farce, it's unlawful to begin with. So they're unlawfully taxing by paying taxes. You're involved in that unlawful activity. Yes, they can't ask you for taxes. That's completely unlawful. Income tax, inflation. I mean, participating in that is part of the, by consenting to that. Yeah, that's pretty correct. What up, Gamp? Yeah, yeah. And there you go. You gotta have the email. I mean, here's how I like to point it out. I could get myself to the point again of getting out of body and be able to telekinetically and get into the dream world and talk to people. But if they are not on that wavelength and they can't get into that and remember that, it's irrelevant. So most people can't get there. The only way I can contact them is here, and from here I can teach them how to do that. I can help them disconnect from the system, but you have to use the system to do it. And I'm not saying to completely. I don't think ever disconnecting from a technological system is a good idea. I don't think it will ever happen. I don't think it should happen. But to dismiss this completely, if it works for you, do it. But there seems to be quite a bit of benefit to it. And a lot of the benefit is literally like, none of you would know me. No fucking way, chance and shit show, hell. The only way is if you were on that spiritual journey and decided to some way make your way to New Orleans and just find me in the passing somewhere. Which I'm sure people have, that has happened without question. But how many more people can I help unlock themselves partially released from their addiction to certain things in the system. Hey, I like the little gifts and luxury. I like having a mailbox that I can actually get gifts. I like having a television right there and I can watch some TV. Like movies, because I don't find movies to be evil. I find them to be, if you know what you're looking for, they're coding things for you. So all of this shit is, it's a big smorgasbord. It's like a buffet of just all the stuff. What do you like? How does it work for you? Does it fit into your creation? Jonaman. Yeah, I mean, I'm down. I mean, websites are easy enough to put together these days, but between doing this, trying to put together that, take orders, do the shit myself, I mean, there's just too many things for me to do, personally. I mean, anything that can be taken off my hands to deal with that part, I'm fucking all on board with, you know? So, yeah, let me know. Holler at me through the emails. Everybody here knows my email, and I don't know why I haven't done it yet. See, this goes into, because I don't have a computer, and getting this to redo my description box through a telephone is kind of fucking difficult. I need a computer, a PC. It's fucking weird how it works. Anyways, yeah, Theoluminous, Theoluminous. Theo meaning God, luminous meaning light. Theoluminous. Gmail.com. That's me. Need that Gmail. Yeah, man. Hey, there you go. No idea. I mean, you should. If you can, do it. It's it's all part of the game. It's like Neville Goddard said. There's nothing but whatever it is. There's nothing. I'm gonna paraphrase, but there just isness in the world. You can have whatever you want. Why not eat a steak? It's the same thing as Matrix. Like, that's not real. Who cares? It's his teacher, Neville Goddard's teacher, always like, you're so good, Neville, you're good for nothing. And Abdullah used to tell him this because he was a vegetarian and he wanted to do everything right and be so good. He said, you're so good, you're good for nothing. And I've been there. I understand it. And having and I even have these faults now that, like, I won't participate in certain things because I can see the evil that's weaved into it, that's entangled into it. Would I go get a job at McDonald's if I could? No. Obviously. It's completely disgusting. But I would take that so far as to say, well, I don't know if I can work for this other place because, 6 steps removed, they're connected, that kind of shit. Like, how many businesses are you going to work for that aren't somewhat supported or supporting the Bill Gates Foundation? Bill and Melinda Gates, So there's give and take and everything. There's not so much I can just take the pure thing. Because to get a pure crystal, you still got to dig up the earth and take the crystal from where it should be. A lot of people I heard teach, they say, well, the only crystals that you should be using are the ones that are already dug up. And those shouldn't be dug up, so leave the rest where they are, because those are giant energy centers. So what you have are connections to that. We don't need to grab more. So no one should be harvesting crystals, but yet you could, and so you'd be taking from a other system. Everything we do, there's some give and take to. There's no completely pure way of doing anything. Yeah. To baloney, you'd have to be an Aboriginal somewhere, and to do that, to be relying on how you gonna go get into that tribe? Why would you even want to? You're gonna have to unlearn your way of life to learn their way of life, which would take longer. They wouldn't even want you. For what? What are you fucking gonna make a movie about it? Be a 3-hour movie and everybody's blue in it? What's the name of the movie? They're like, you could learn what the hell did she say? I haven't seen it in so long. The fucking one of the biggest movies ever. All the blue people in it. Like, I don't want to take you on as part of the culture. Aboriginal for what? And in fact, many Aboriginal cultures, that's not even necessarily the good, the best, the most healthy way. Like, it just is another way to live. Obviously, technocratic culture seems pretty bad, but I think there's a balance somewhere to be had in the middle. Hey, Gamp 74. Bananas and yeah. Hey, good shit. I mean, I hear you on that. I'm 100%. I have a wish, but wish in one hand, shit in the other. Tell me which comes true first. A government could work much different. Governments could be there for what they're supposed to be there for. I wouldn't be surprised that if there aren't places that exists. On micro levels, there definitely is, but on macro levels, there doesn't seem to be, or we just don't know what countries they are, or we're not familiar with them. But I mean, island places probably closer to that. But yeah. I mean, but see, the funny thing is, you'd rather make $15 a day doing that, but you're still participating in the system. You know what I mean? Which is the funny part is the $15 you're still using that monetary trade system which they created. Da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Which is the funny part. See, there is no full on completely escaping Babylon and the almighty dollar. Even trade and barter system. Even within this, even now, if you were to do everything in trade and barter, it's still connected to the fact that unless everything is homemade and you're bartering homemade for homemade, why I need a bicycle? Ain't nobody home making a motherfucking bicycle. I need a bicycle. Whoever I got to barter with to get it had to get it from Walmart. You know what I mean? So you gotta just use it for what it is. Pee like water, my friend. Yeah, I'm gonna one up. I'm gonna one up Bruce Lee, where he said, "Be like water, my friend. Be like wind. Nothing fucks with wind. Think about it. It's the highest element. Wind moves water. It can move earth, and it can make a fire hotter. I can take earth and throw it on a fire and put it out. I can put water on fire and put it out. I can take fire and transmute the water and boil it and turn it into... All of that's right, but air? It's like air. Not really. It's just like, okay, cool. I'll just move over here. Whatever. Oxygen is the primary thing. Like, what do you need? You need to breathe. Spirit. You know what's funny? When I first saw your name, I was gonna say, because I was just listening to Prof. Do you know who Prof is? And he's got an album and a song called Campo, and it just reminded me of that. There we go. Well, yeah. All right, gentlemen. Fuck yeah. might as well do something. Tom Barnett. Hmm. Ha ha ha. Ha. You didn't know that? That's hilarious. You was hanging out with the fucking the train hoppers, the gutter punks, the ones that. Yeah, I know some of them. I mean, some of them obviously. Some of them are more local here. Did they come back? They're through here often, but it's always a fresh supply of the gutter snipes. Some are most excellent. Others, eh, they just they're a problem. What? You were arguing? Oh, salmon and sweet potatoes, sweet taters. Now beach bumming it. Yeah, I enjoyed the beach lifestyle a couple times, but the off seasons suck. You know. I suppose if I had done it longer and found the right town, but I lived in small towns and I didn't. The off season was just trash. Like literally nothing to do. I mean, luckily I would where I could go and like meditate in the morning and have a calm. I would have probably gone insane during the during the. What is this? Leanne up in here. What the hell is going? Hold on a second. As soon as you get here, the music turned off. Leanne, did you do that? It's because I didn't. Are you coming out here to give me grief for not calling you back? Sorry, I've been a fucking depressed hermit, and whenever I'm depressed, I don't like to spread that onto other people. So I was like avoiding people's phone calls. Yeah, for sure, gentlemen. Plenty of things we could do. I mean, it's kind of the things that I've done from here, but because this channel got so fucking jacked up a couple years ago that I don't get no new subs and I don't even know how to. I literally need to start another channel, clean of mine, and just post shit there because I can't. It's hard to get new subs. Like I've literally had the same amount of subs for 2 years, which right now my channel should probably be about. I should probably have like 30 or 40,000 subs, easy. But at the rate it was going, yeah, and it just stopped. I have the exact same amount of subs as about 2.5 years ago. In fact, maybe even three now. So, and then it's gotten cut down, demonetized, da da da, because they don't like what I was saying. Imagine that. Um, there's no off season in Miami. Okay, well, Miami is also gonna be kind of expensive, right? I've been to Fort Lauderdale, and I thought that was kind of, I didn't like it there, but what's up, what's up, man? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I hear you on 3D printing tech. See that's what we're talking about. Is we can even use technology to do homemade things. You still, obviously there's homemade quilts with your grandma's hands and all that, but there's no dismissing how awesome a little bit of a tool technology to create something is still yours. It's still homemade, right? Hold on a second, Leanne. What are you doing? It's you, Leanne. I know it is. You're causing my TV havoc, chaos. I tell you. There we go. Oh, Jonaman, yeah. I mean, I probably have yeah, herb mixtures, tinctures. Like I would do all these things if I have an outlet, but that's the marketing part and the rest of the shit that I don't. And then also the upfront of either me doing it, or which would keep the cost down, but then that's like then I gotta have the pesos up front to be able to get everything to make it viable to do, which I've had in the past, and I made tinctures and shit, and I've had in the past, and I've sold them in the past, but that was like on an individual level, versus like outsourcing it, which is still fine, but then marketing it through as long as I know who it is and the source of it and shit, and organite and obviously all the cool shit that I do, one-on-ones to individual consultations. I mean, I've done that anyways on here. It's just I think it's in part is I give so much of myself here doing this anyways that I'm going to answer anybody's questions, which is the crazy notion that they'll just give me a tip or whatever and donate me for doing that. Today is a good day. Oh shit. Yeah, outlet is YouTube. I mean, yeah. I mean, I would like to use. I mean, I already have this channel going. There's already a base of people here, but um, the algorithm shit are somehow apparently seem pitted against my channel. Like, there's some for whatever reason, it just doesn't. I can't get a bigger audience. It's not happening. Or maybe I need somebody. And that's why I'm saying that if it was another channel, but it'd still be mine. Like it'd still be me, and then somebody just does all you know, the the PC shit, the personal computer shit, where they go and they type in all the correct search tags, and here's how this works, and put it up over here. All the extra bullshit. You know, build it. We could build it again. We can build it better. The $6 million man. I'm getting really frustrated with this TV right now. Hmm. What do we got here? Okay. Lots of people would pay for my stuff. Well, that's great. Cool. Let's make that happen. I'm all for it. I've always been all for it. It just never comes to fruition with people. It just never gets. It never takes form. Because people don't do what they say they're gonna do to help me do this shit. And the thing is, I'd share more than I probably should of whatever I got out of it. What the fuck? Yeah, I hear you about the algorithm works for who needs to find me will find me. I got that. I got that part. No doubt. Oh yeah, some dog binaurals. I got some really good I've made some really good hot sauce and mole. I make a badass mole with um hold on a second. There we go. Um like an with an orange. It's coffee and orange is a main ingredient in the mole. It's fucking badass. But yeah, I do lots of cool little things. Well, I did a couple cooking shows, but it was hard to do because my kitchen was never set up to I could show you what I'm doing while, like it's just the way it's set up. I could never set the camera up properly. It was called Cooking with Pan. And and here's how I grew this awesome beard. I just fucking didn't give a shit and stopped cutting it. And at this point, it's just out of fucking control. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Aaron, living in a city gonna be high in rent? Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, I mean, I gotta balance out like hillbilly bullshit and nothingness nature versus part of the you know what it means to be in a city. I've done all of these things. I've lived at the beach. I've lived in a cabin. I've lived in small towns. I've lived in bigger cities, and I happen to prefer smaller cities. I happen to prefer mostly New Orleans. Yeah, it's home. So I couldn't imagine, for the sake of saving, you know, $600 a month, to go live nowhere in the midst of fucking a field of poppycock in duty. Um, that doesn't bring more enjoyment to my life. In fact, it would be more like the extra $600, as stressful as it might be to come up with that, the stress of living outside of the city would be way more. And because it's not stress, it'd be boredom. The boredom would fucking kill me. I don't mind it for some time, but I couldn't do it forever. It was like I was watching Jerry Seinfeld, comedians in cars getting coffee, and he was talking to somebody about how everyone has a certain level of friction that they need, that everybody in life is like a tuning fork, and you need a certain amount of gong. Well, he doesn't say gong, but you need a certain frequency of energy to be around you for you to maintain. And if you're outside of it, some people live outside of where they should, honestly. They just don't know it. They're just so accustomed to it. Like, some people live in the country and they're not really country people. They just don't know what it means to be somewhere else. Some people live in small towns, or like suburbia. I know people that lived in suburbia most of their life and they're like, oh, that's where I live. And they come and visit, Baltimore or New Orleans or wherever I've lived. Like, oh, Jesus Christ, like, I didn't know. Like, this is way more different and better. I didn't know this existed. And it's like where they should have been. I know people that have been from places like New Orleans and then they go somewhere else and they're just like, what? There is a certain frequency, there's a certain energy that is what you are. And I couldn't imagine, you know, I've been in other places at different times and they're fine, but I couldn't. The $600 I've got, it's not worth it. You like the mole, but the Mexican place here is too. Yeah, well, I here we have okay Mexican. Okay. You said you think we're meant to move. So you think we're meant to be nomadic people? I disagree. I think some people are meant to be nomadic, and I think some people are meant to be homebodies. In that, in saying that, there are cities that you live in. Again, and I use New Orleans as an example because it's not like anywhere else. It's not just the high, blatant velocity of New York City or Chicago. It's not just the doldrum of Middle America. And I've lived a lot of different places, and I like moving, but I like to have a certain stable environment. That's where my things and my stuff and my that's my home. That's my love. This is where I am. Granted, we're humans. We're supposed to be moving, and but I think that's based upon a lot of either uh, trying to find something new and not being comfortable somewhere, or you know, exploration. It's I think sometimes people are it's kind of like what the Hobbit, right? Um, and they're kind of sitting there chilling, and they're like, "Let's go on a journey." Like, okay. Sometimes you go on a journey, sometimes you don't. It's kind of the same way. Some people are day people, and some people are night people. There's obviously a lot more day people. I don't know. I think most people just haven't found their home, is what I think it is. I think there's a home location or base or land or energy or whatever, and that's home. But just because that's home doesn't mean you don't want to go anywhere else. For me, I can certainly say I really don't give a shit about going anywhere outside of New Orleans for a bunch of reasons. Climate, and mainly people come here because why wouldn't they? It's fucking better here. I'm gonna waste my time going to another shitty ass city. Everywhere else is basically fucking Cleveland. Hey, let me go buy a plane ticket or bus or get a car or bike it or hoof it and let me go to Cleveland or any other shitty city. Fun journey, buddy. I go up to the strip mall. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Subway. I'm gonna go to McDonald's. See, no, I'm living at a fine dining restaurant. Not much of a reason to go anywhere else. Aaron, people are a nuisance to you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ah, there you go. So, see, well, I would think most humans are social creatures. I'm with you in the sense that I'm an introvert and I like to recharge by myself. I haven't had to deal with or interact with another human being for days. It's been glorious. But there's some days that I need to. It's a requirement. It's like it's not a longing and urge, a reflection. Is there anybody else out there? Out there? Out there? It'd be like Will Smith or Cartman. You know what I mean? Being the last person on Earth. Yeah, you kind of. I don't think you really want that. I mean, it's nice to because so many people are so selfish and rude and dysfunctional and fucked up that I'd rather be by myself. But certainly I can see why that's must be like fuck people anyways. I'd rather play video games. At least I'm getting what I want out of it. Yeah, 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 yeah. Aaron, you said humans are naturally nomadic. I don't think so. just because the Vikings were, but the Vikings were nomadic for a different reason, a different time period, different idea. It's like saying Druids and people like no, because they were going and bombing and burning villages and shit and stealing. Isn't that the kind of idea that we're looking at here? Because that was adventure and plundering and making an empire. It doesn't seem like a human's natural state of being. The Buddha just the Buddha just sat under the tree, right? Look at animals. You think animals really trying to don't they make a home somewhere close enough to the water? They maybe go explore, but all in all, they have a home. Yeah, I don't. The only reason I see moving around a lot is if you don't know where you are. If you don't know you're supposed to be there. So I don't see at all the Aaron naturally nomadic. I would 1,000 times disagree with that. But yeah, I mean, yeah, like traveling. Some people like being home. I think most people that like being homebodies, and this is where I'm agreeing with you, even like on the opposite side, is I think most people are homebodies because they've become complacent, and this that kind of complacency, lackluster lives. They should go explore, but they don't know how to. They don't. They have no desire. They don't have enough time. No energy. Money ain't there. All blah blah blah. There's plenty of reasons people don't. But yeah, I mean, there should be more. It's probably the opposite. People that are not traveling should be traveling, and people that are traveling all the time. I know I've known people that traveled all the time for work. I mean, ask somebody that's ever done tours, band members, people that are comedians. Da 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 da. They're just like I love the road for a reason, but I fucking hate it too. Like, where can I be and lay down my fucking head and just have some reprise, I guess. Ha ha ha! Divine. Are you okay in here? Your mailman could tell you was in case he was dead in there. There you go. The Buddha traveled outside his comfort zone fast. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, every you'll find where and when you need to. The sometimes moving around is dancing is it. Sometimes moving is it, man. Road tripping is it. Other times like fuck it. Can I just sit the fuck down and relax? Hmm. Well, I must say this mixture of TMSO and arnica and turpentine and shit is working out pretty okay. A little bit of fucking fluid built up in my ankle, but we'll see what we can do about that. Oh yeah, yeah. If you didn't have a place to stay, then you would be nomadic. Yeah, you'd be out in the elements searching for some type of shelter. Yeah, I mean, I hear you on that, but oh yeah, that is inhuman for sure, for sure. I mean, but well, the thing is though, what I'm saying is the natural human state would seem to be to have a home and then adventures. That would seem to be it. There's enough land to adventure to, different places, different ideas, different people, different languages, different cultures and foods and things. But all in all, you do all that, maybe you'll find a new home. But to have to search and search for like you're saying nomadic, but nomadic because you're getting away from the empire that's trying to claim ownership of everything and then you got to find and search for a new refuge. You're like a refugee. You're gonna, seek refuge. Like that's not the human experience. Is not supposed to be seeking refuge. I mean, they're both fucking, you know, both kind of ridiculous. Like being stuck inside under either, people under their own volition, put themselves inside all day. I know people that don't. The building I live in, I know people that don't leave here. Literally don't leave here. Which means there's probably people that don't leave their apartment. I mean, there's in this building there is there's a grocery store that has food and blah blah blah, and there used to be a hair salon in here and blah blah. There was a lot of shit in here. Uh, Everything in here is a pool. There is a workout thing. But if you're going to the pool and working out, you'd probably leave it here. But point is, there's plenty of people that just don't on their own accord just go, no, I'm just staying here. They might not even make it out to the front door. Oh shit, wrong button. Aaron, somebody that hasn't left since August of 2020? Whoa, that's crazy, dog. Like literally, not even to go in their yard and get a little fucking outdoor time. Just, I could see how complacency. I could see how that I could do that. I could do that for a week. I've probably done that for 2 weeks. But I mean, at some point I have to go outside. Like I gotta go outside, pee pee. Just get the fresh air. Not that having the window open all the time and getting sunshine and shit. But I still want to go outside and yeah, obviously, cause fuck the humans. Fuck the humans. Fuck the humans. Oh, well, they think something's. Oh, I got you. I got you. Oh, no shit. Whoa. Surprised they didn't have a doggy door installed, so they never even have to go out. Wow, that's crazy, man. Yeah, yeah, no idea. I hear you. Yeah, I'd rather be outside all the time. There's plenty of times that I'm inside. There's plenty of times that I'm outside. I'm like, I don't want to go inside. Like I would just sleep out. I've slept outside plenty of times. Like I just don't want to be inside. Feel comfortable outside. But then there's other days I'm like, I just, it's kind of like, yeah, if you ever, you go to a small space, you feel very comfortable or something like confined. It's kind of like a womb or something, something very like a small, it's a constrained, confined space. It's like a thunder coat for a dog or like people that are, um, like autistic or whatever. Or which ones is it? Not the ones that require like a security blanket kind of thing. They need something to hold them. Like that's nice sometimes, right? A small space is very similar. Like being in a house. Like I don't like I've lived in big houses. I don't prefer them. Like my place now is a little too small for my. I mean, I could live in this. It doesn't bother me, but I don't need some fucking huge space. I could even do something smaller, as long as I go outside. Yeah, it's a call. I want to be able to go outside because I want to fart, and I don't feel like farting in my own space all the time. Yeah, sleeping outside is fine unless you have no choice. Yeah. Yep. There was a couple times that. Yep. Oh, it's the worst. It's having the choice in the matter. For sure. Like some coochie, a small space. Yeah, I don't even know what that's like anymore. Not even Asperger's. No, I don't. It's not Asperger's. It's just like autism or the other one, Down syndrome, perhaps. Maybe not Downs. Yeah, just. You could probably look it up. Security blankets and shit. Whatever that disorder is. Seen some Indian guy at Subway asked the worker to change their gloves every time he touched a new thing. Wow, they would be wearing. They would go through. Yeah, gloves are stupid on 1,000 level. I mean, they've already shown like plastic cutting boards and gloves are stupid. I mean, you see somebody use the gloves and they handle cash and then go use the thing. Like, what's the difference? Like, it's actually dirtier than if you just used your hands to handle the food, touch the money, and then go back. Because you're not going to wash the gloves. If you handle the money, you'll probably at least rinse your hands off. You know, that's kind of just what you'd think to do. Gloves, you're just going to, you'd have to make the food, take it off, handle the money, take them off, put the new ones on. You're going to go, what are you going to do next? Like, there's so many things in there that you could be touching that are different. You touch the bologna, and then you touch the, oh, you can't touch that other one right there because that's salad. Get new gloves. You'd be there all day. Oh, there we go, Aaron. Yeah, kills all the beneficial bacteria. Yeah, it's disgusting. Hand sanitizer is disgusting. Yeah, there's a big difference between being like people. There's plenty of people I know that are homeless by choice, meaning they don't really want to be inside ever. Like, and they're very, and there's probably some PTSD and other shit going on there. But like, given the option, they wouldn't want. But a buddy of mine who was homeless for many years he was fucking excited out the box. He was like, yo, I just got put up. He's like, it's like I got a place now and da da da. I got some money coming. And I was like, good man, that's fucking awesome. You know, like being outside and being without should be choice. You know, choice oriented. And sanitizer might be all right for drinking in a pinch. I don't know. Well, some of it is. Well, there is the alcohol base and the alcohol free, but there's a couple things in it that are really, really cancer causing, like super bad. I think it was Vernon Coleman did a thing on it. Ah, okay, Aaron. Isopropyl rubbing alcohol. See, now that's really interesting for a couple reasons because I looked it up because I'm interested in this kind of weird shit. Because I was watching the show called Roswell. Anybody seen the show? It's about aliens that look just like you and me. But anyways, their healing potion was nail polish remover. I did not know you could separate the alcohol with salt, and they would drink nail polish remover. So I was looking up like the chemicals in there and what it would do is it would heal them and all these different things. Like they drank alcohol for fun, but the nail polish remover was doing something else for them. So I found that kind of interesting. Yeah, acetone. I'm getting quite hungry because one of my neighbors is cooking. Oh, you got a Prius? A little Prius, yo. Hold on 1 second, yo. See me fuddling around over here. I have a vanilla proteiny kind of drink. Not that I'm into protein drinks, but somebody had given me a bag of some vanilla powdery goodness, and I made a drink out of it, and then I got some coffee, and putting them together, I found is quite delectable. And I was just mixing them. I'm getting my selection of Tang, and I got Tang, DMSO, got some vodka. I gotta relax. I can tell how much the DMSO did on my system. I mean, I'm a little more mobile, which is nice. So I can test this. Here's how quickly it works. My hand that was already kind of fucking jammed up, I can move it a little better now. And my foot that I couldn't move, I can move now. I don't know if it's the turpentine. It's probably a DMSO, but the turpentine is good blood cleanser. Has helped to clean some parasites and things out of the system. The Chichona bark, again, another parasite cleanser, but I don't know how well that extraction worked in there. Yeah, and then what is it? Kind of arnica, the salve. That's also good for sprains and bruises and arthritis type shit. Anybody want to have a drink with me? Oh, so I found this. I found this store that does 2 for $1 of these joints. 2 for $1. It's actually cheaper to buy these 2 for $1 than it is to buy a 750, a fifth. It's actually cheaper to buy the small ones. Crazy. I'm like, 2 for $1. It's fucking 2 drinks for $1. And for me, this ain't even. That's like, I'd be fine with that for a minute. I was like, shit. So, at the place, it's probably $9 for a 750. It's like $10 for a 750. So for $10, I could get 20 of these. And I'm not good at math, but that's more. Ah, really? What is it? Gamma hydroxy beta something? Is it really? No shit. What's up, Daily Deuce? What's up, BCP? You only had to change the oil. No shit. Hey, what you should do? Hey, no idea. I just to put it out there. You should really consider just doing a little research into, because it depending on the car, do some research into transmission fluid. Because if easy replacement, and that could save you a lot of fucking problems. And depending on the car, some has different types of fluid. Some last 300,000, some last more, some last less. You know. So consider that, because all of your moving parts have some sort of fluid, and some of the gearboxes it doesn't really. It's going too slow. It's not. You're not wasting away and ruining the fluid. But oh, we're back again. No idea. That's hilarious. It's probably hey, Aaron. What is antiparasitic? What did I miss here? Are you from Maryland? You're from Maryland? I'm originally Baltimore. Where the fuck in Maryland? I'm from Baltimore. Oh, that's right. You in Alabama. Oh, Fire Drake's up here. What's up, yo? Yeah, it was weird. My phone just shut down and just seeing all of these new texts here. Oh, nice, nice. Ah, good, good, good. Yeah. Some people don't think about it. And if you're not getting your car, if you don't know cars and you're not taking it somewhere, they're not gonna tell you. They're not thinking about even checking. But yeah, you gotta make sure your tranny is. Wait, am I allowed to say tranny? We're talking about automobiles here. Yeah, it's gonna be squirting new fluid in your trannies. Oh, Tang, man. Well, I got Sunny D, not Tang, so I don't know what you're talking about. Although I do want to, I want to mix Sunny D with Tang and see how that turns out. The Horseshoe Casino, I don't know it. No, I'm not a big gambler. Shut up. You put vodka in the tranny. What the fuck are you talking about? It's bullshit. Unless you're saying that in the sense of putting vodka in a tranny. Every tranny that I've put vodka in will do anything I want it to do. Was that the joke? Oh man, that that turpentine and shit is still got my nose kind of very fluid in here. Nice bit of the old vegetable oil up in there. Where's see now now where's the Horseshoe Casino? It's in Baltimore. I lived there for years. There's no casino in Baltimore. Was it outside of the city limits? I'm so confused. I did not know we had a casino. Oh, nice. Bots, 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 bots. Yeah. I did. Does anybody have a clue as to what the goal is with the bot things? Anybody want to help me with that? You got to help me with this. Now I got to ask my friends because I lived there for 12 years. I lived on Fleet Street. I mean, I went to Cannon Yards all the time. I fucking, the whole shit and caboodle. I'm so confused right now. Is anybody here? When I leave Baltimore? 2010, maybe 2010. I don't know. Somewhere around there. I think I've been here for a dozen years. Maybe even before that because I lived in a couple other cities before here. Okay, so what do these bots do? Like, what's the point of them doing that? Like, they just bot something. So, I mean, obviously there's some sort of purpose, right? So that's to talk about bots. Oh, nice. That is hilarious. No shit. I did. I think the last year I was there was when they did the um, was it IndyCar? What's the one where they take all of the different fucking badass cars through the streets, like the Porsches and the like the fucking through all the cities. They did one. They did one 1 year and fixed all the streets up in Baltimore and ran that bitch through the city. That shit was wild, dog. Like I'm walking down the streets I'm normally walking by this bar, and there's a as I'm getting a drink, literally 10 feet behind me, there's a car doing 140 going. Whoo! That shit was awesome. That was some cool shit. They were supposed to do it again, but I don't know if they ever did. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it wasn't the gumball. It was like the full on shit that they do in France and Spain and all over the world. They're like, oh, we're new indie fucking all of the fucking awesome cars. Like it was an official race, Grand Prix, whatever the shit is. Like McLarens and like literally fucking not just street. We're talking about like not for street cars. The bitches that go like 250 miles an hour. Oh, Fire Drake. Yep. Yep. On for no reason at all whatsoever. Yep. Yeah, Fire Drake. No more IG for me. I might try one more time. It's just how do how do I start over again? Because then how do I get in contact with anybody from my other accounts? Like, then I gotta go to my other account, remember what their fucking names were, type them bitches back in, and go back and forth and back and forth. Fucking sucks. And it's like how many times am I gonna do that just for no reason whatsoever? I posted nothing. I done nothing. It just shuts me out of my account. The first two times maybe I posted something they didn't like, but that was no reason for just to shut my shit down. Shut the shit down. Alexandra, what up, Alexandra Morgan? And you also should know the same thing. I haven't had my IG in weeks now. Merp merp. Yeah, no idea. It was no the real deal cars. It was like the shit that you see all over the world. It was yeah, the Grand Prix or whatever. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I like Baltimore. I hadn't really been around Formula One. I guess is what it was. Yeah. Yeah, it's cold. It's very cold. Yeah, that's why one of the reasons I couldn't do it anymore. It was just like it's like once the snow falls and then you're just like, all right, now I gotta start shoveling. And then you're just shoveling all year. You gotta get up earlier. You gotta. I mean, then that creates a different kind of drinking culture. Then you have a bar you go to. That's it. You go to a bar, you belly up, and you get warm. and you get drunk, and then you stumble home, which is nice. So, fumbling around, slipping all over the place, snowball fight shit, that's fun. But it's no outside weirdness happening. Alexander, they're trying to strangle these fuckers. Oh yeah, for sure. But they had to admit that it's. Did you see this? They had to admit that it's. They're not fact checking. That it's their opinions. They had to. I forget why it was. I think it was over like Project Veritas or something. And and two, because one of the claims was something that if they didn't say that, then they would have been liable on some other shit, which would have fucked them over worse. So they had to basically just low key just say no, it's just opinions. So they literally are telling you that they're just the opinions are not fact. Personally, been watching cricket for 5 days in a row. You know what? Cricket, I've never watched a whole match. I've seen some highlights. It seems like a better form of baseball. I'll eat the apple if you fucked the core, kind of thing. I don't know what that means, but sure. I'd fuck the apple before. Wait, wouldn't I fuck the apple and you eat the core? Isn't that how it work? I don't. Our facts are our facts are better than yours. Our opinions are better than your facts. How do you feel about that, sir? Okay, well, I will attempt to waste some of my day today. Um, Let me rephrase that. I will invest some of my day today into attempting one more time to start a um, Instagram channel in which I will do nothing but post puppies, pictures, and poodles, and Pomeranians, and peaches and paradise park. Like I just a lot of just beautiful things. That's all. And I'll send you guys funny, cute, stupid, weird videos. But uh, it's been kind of nice because I haven't been scrolling through Instagram because I'm not on there, so fuck it. Which is a nice change of pace. But then I found it's kind of like picking up a new habit. It's like, smoking this, now I'll smoke crack instead. Then I got back on Reddit, which is just as stupid. And then I was like, then I went to YouTube and I was like, well, YouTube's got shorts. And I was just flipping through shorts. I'm like, ugh, it's fucking basically TikTok for YouTubers. I don't know, man. I'll get back on Instagram. It's the really cool place where all the awesome kids hang out. You binged watched Walking Dead to season 10? Oh man, I got to season 7, and after they killed, was it 7 when they killed off fucking buddy guy? Everything got lame after that. It's, I mean, you know going into these, it's gonna be the same kind of framework, and then the story doesn't. There's no more story. I had to stop watching it. Your plow guy, Divine. The way you said your plow guy. You got a guy to come over and plow you. I mean, shovel for you. your rampant anger is just so it's, you know, you got it. If it wasn't for your anger, I feel like you express it for me. I've become so um it's like doldrum. It's like ugh, another bullshit thing for that there's nothing I can do anything about. I'm gonna get mad about this now. Fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit if you ask me, buddy. Hmm. Crack checkers. Oh yeah, rewriting history is awesome. Well, if they're gonna rewrite history, we can too. I think. Not you got to be on their team to do it on Wikipedia. Fucking wiki. Wicca Slimpedia. Wiki Slimpedia. Nobody even stops to question like wiki is like from Wiccan. It's like witchery. It's like yeah, that's where I want to get my information from. A bunch of no-name, low-level idiots who have there's no truth to it whatsoever. It is fucking trash. Hey Alexandra, when are you coming to New Orleans? Why don't you get up? Why don't you come down here and visit? TikTok suck cock. Sounds like a good Chinese meal. TikTok suck cock. What's up, Denise Franson? What are you doing? You got here kind of late. 3 hours into this insanity. You're going down on poodles and all. Alexandra, why are you going down on poodles? I don't know. Are there other sites like YouTube? Yeah, there's a lot of other ones. I would be on them, but I have been having a hard time finding ones you can do live from. And the ones that I've tried, uh, there's always some sort of fucking jump or glitch or weird shit that goes on. And then you have the like be here today, gone tomorrow, sites and something's wrong with it. It's down today. It's not working, and So I'm trying to find the ones that are that I'm able to just do live videos. Same as you. I want the same format as YouTube, but I don't want all the censorship. That's about it. And places say they have that. There's always some sort of fucking something happening wrong with the website. So I'm gonna get everybody to go over there, and then I can't. But what if I can't do live videos? Then it's useless for me to do these things. Yeah, Denise, you're 3 hours late to class. How dare you? You want to have a drink? Cheers. You missed if you missed what I made earlier. It's crazy concoction I made earlier. You were born 2 weeks late, and you'll be late to your funeral, huh? Yeah, if you go to anybody that has a good YouTube channel, oh, go to the description box, and it'll give you every other platform they use. And like BitChute and let's see, there's one that is almost a mimic of YouTube, but I don't think you can do live on it. There's a bunch, and I'm just like I really want one that's going to be secure, stable, and it's going to be there. That I'm not going to have to get everybody to come over there, and then it's like breaks down every other fucking week, and then I got to redo it again. This isn't. We're not playing that building a fucking sand thing and then you blow it away because you learn the value of um, everything is always changing and things will be destroyed and castles will be built, and yeah, I get all that. I already got it, but if I'm doing this, it should be a little easier. Alexandra, what is the meow? What are you meowing at? Don't you dare forget we have fucking candles. Man, you are absolutely a candle. And then shop on neck 1,000. We still. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Williams, I got you. Yes, I got you. I got you. Cool. Cheers, Denise. And Alexander, when are you coming to New Orleans? You told me you'd be here for the New Year's. I don't see you. It's past New Year's. Lies, lies, lies. Truth movements are like bowel movements. In that they're full of shit. Right to it. I was trying to look for something a little more to it. Nope, that's about it. It's fucking truthers out here. I still don't get it whenever people aren't getting the damn near entirety of the narrative is controlled. Granted, you can find good information on Fox and CNN, but most of it's garbage. And you can find good information on Joe Rogan and everything else, but probably not all of it. You know what I'm saying? But to when you just go, oh, Dr. Balone or whatever, and like, that dude he is the celebrity of the thing. And but if you don't notice what else he's pushing for, you're missing the whole picture. There's they control all aspects of the narrative, and anybody with a form of free thought, they go, okay, well, let's see what you have to say and you have to say. Where does this work, and where are both of you wrong? Because that's going to happen. The arbiter. I'll be the arbiter of truth here. How about that? How about I'll do that? Because you're both talking shit, and I know it. I just got to find out what it is. Do I play Call of you want me to say duty, don't you? Duty. I haven't in a while. I mean, I did. I much prefer I don't know. Katamari Damacy. I much prefer I don't know. I like RPGs. I like some adventure shit. I haven't really played much in quite a while. Slow Rogan. Joe the Toe is the funny one, yeah. Is strip clubs open in New Orleans? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are. Pretty sure they are. I don't go to strip clubs, so I have fucking no idea. Oh, I mean, I think for the longest time in the beginning of his career, Joe was awesome, and then he got his into you know, into stardom fully, and then he became kind of a douche nozzle, and then became very big in the club. And now he's just a gatekeeper. But then now he's getting outside of the gatekeeper thing because he's got fuck you money. So, you know, there's he's got enough fuck you money, but he's still playing ball. You know what I mean? He's still in the mix. So you know, I like a lot of what he says. Actually, I mean, it's a good thing to have a joke, but I like a lot of the obviously the guests you have, and I like, you know, he's very he's not as awful and leading with questions as most of these other hosts are, but you can get sucked into it, and there are a lot of people that are sucked into everything that Joe Rogan says, everything that the best this, and they get confused. Like, oh, well, he must have had it, so everything they're saying is correct. Just by proxy, everything is good. Yeah, well, I mean, so Owen's going to be, black. He's not going to. Because he's not in the narrative. He's he's way too Christian. He knows the Earth is way too flat, even though he says he doesn't know for sure. But he's 99. I don't know where he is right now, but like he's not gonna fit into the narrative anywhere. Everyone liking the mushrooms. I think so. What up, Enki? How long do you think the mask is going to wear? In what regard? Like for people in general? Like, or just like overall on the planet? Like it's gonna be somewhere in forever, I suppose, but like not in the sense of state mandate. There has to be some sort of. There's got to be some point where people. It's got to fizzle out in some way. You know, at this point, I don't see. I see people still wearing them, and I still people fearful, not even concerned or questioning the thing. They're just like now they've equated like I don't know. I think those people will be killed off, like literally. Like that. If they keep following these things, they just won't exist anymore. And then you know if we look at it from that way, okay, there's more of them than there are of us. Let's use that idea. But as those people continually, asphyxiate themselves and give themselves bronchial problems and brain disorders and tend to all of the things that could happen, and they start dying off, then the narrative that's being pushed to them will never get pushed to us. So then the narrative will die off. So eventually, in that way, that's how I see that happening. What up, Ryan Gamble? Wawam, wawam. um, if you do, make sure you do less than you think you need to. Don't let anybody talk you into doing more, because you can never tell. You could do a gram and nothing happens, or you do a gram and have a fucking like a oh shit. Like the other day, I did a gram, just thinking it would be just walking around, just no, no, no. That was a lot. There was quite there was a point that I was like, whoa, shit. I think I took too much, man. And see, normally that would be equivalent to 3 grams. So it is really underdo it, undersell it. It's like taking edibles. It's like taking an edible. Don't go, oh, it hasn't hit me, man. These are bullshit. Don't eat that second one. Give it time. Well, as long as we let it be, that dialectic, that whole, I would have never let it happen. But I am not we. I mean, I wish I were. I'm trying, right? But you can't educate the people that are enforcing it because they believe in it. Like, I'm not going to change their beliefs, even if I continue to do this. So until the people, because of their own idiotic beliefs, they think they're gonna, uh, I don't know, go ice skating in July in Florida, and then they end up drowning. This. They have a belief that they could do that. Lake Okeechobee is frozen in July, and they're gonna bring their ice skates, and they're so delusional they're gonna go out in their ice skates with their mask on and drown. That's about the size of it. That's the only way that this shit ends. Basically, I've gotten in more arguments with people on public transportation, the conductors, over not having a mask on than you could imagine. I'm just like, and I can't educate them on no mask. A mandate isn't, I can't educate them on that. All I'm gonna do is waste my time, their time, and have a fucking whole fucking charade about it. Like, all right, fine, we'll sit here. Go ahead, call your fucking central office. Call NOPD. Do this. I'm waste everybody's time and have everyone look at me like I'm an asshole while I'm right, and just have to force a fucking issue and do that every time I get in a streetcar. That's insane. So, but I will go through the first part of the verbal thing. I'm like, you know how stupid this is, right? And just see their level of acuity, their IQ and awareness. You know what I mean? And they don't have it. Yeah, it's interesting. In New Orleans, it wasn't really happening for quite some time, and now it's happening again because more people are visiting again, and so people that are visiting, I see people outside in the streets and shit with it on. It's so obnoxious. I was seeing people at the park with it on. I'm like, I don't roll my eyes, but I want to. I wish I could roll my eyes well. Oh. But yeah, it's how you gonna how you gonna tell somebody they go they're certain that they got it or a family member got it, even though we all know better and how the testing works. We all know better and how that shit works. We do. You're gonna convince them of that? They don't want the information packets. They're happy in their ignorance. Yeah, Firejack, you did a gramming up last. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I did a gram. I was just like, oh, this would be a fine. I'm going to the park. I'm gonna be around people. I'm going to an indoor garden, like a botanical garden. It's like lovely, and there's like families and shit going. There's shit going on. I was like, maybe I did too much, man. Yeah, yeah. You never know. That's the crazy thing is, you know, 14. Yeah, there's a point where you're so far in outer space that you're on a different plane, anyways. Yeah, when you're clean and small, yeah, Omega Beth. What are you talking about? It's like a rug with lips. What have I missed here? What's up, Omega Beth? That is the funniest thing I've ever heard, but I don't know what it was in response to. Hey, no idea. I don't want to do that right now. I think we were fair and clear getting through 3 hours on here. I'm probably gonna call it a show after this, anyways. Um, and I'll do a show specifically on that, and I'll you guys, I'll do it on my other channel, maybe. Would that be a better idea? If you want to sub to my other channel, Zen Alchemist. Zen Alchemist. That's my other channel. Or I'll just do it on here and just delete it right afterwards because I don't want to say any. I don't want to say any of the improper words. Um, I wouldn't say my outlook would be too much different than most people in the short term. Although the long term, I could see some things quite different. Oh, put me back in the chat again. Oh, thanks. All right, so I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I remind everybody here that this is what I do for a living. I don't know that it is really making do right now, but if you want to, Cash App and PayPal and Venmo do quite a bit to support me being alive and getting all the new herbs I need to take care of my dumbass. TsarXen is in the description box beneath. As always, I remind you people to take care of yourself first because you're the most important thing in the world. If you can't fix yourself, how can you take care of anybody else, you know? So I'm in need of things to take care of myself right now. Also, yeah, be weird, be goofy, enjoy your day. I might be back on here later. Obviously, I haven't been doing shows because I've just been in depressed mode, and didn't even think I'd be on here that long, but 3 hours later. So maybe I'll be on here later, maybe tomorrow. Who knows? Good to see everybody, and we'll talk soon. Peace out, everybody.